Down that way is Crick Hollow. Buckland Hall is down that way as well. And of course the Hay Gate that goes the entrance to the Old Forest is down that way as well. So this is the Breeland though. We are going to continue traveling down this road until we get to Bree. As you see, you have to be a little careful on this road because as you see over there, there's a splinter tusk, which is a type of boar. And it is orange, and while not aggressive, it is surly in that if you get too close to it too long, it will attack you. Just as the bears will. You don't want to get too close to them. So we're going to zoom out a little bit and travel on down the road here until we get to Breeland. Until we get to Bree, rather. Off to the right, that jumbled mess of trees that you see over here is the Old Forest. And the Old Forest is where Old Man Willow resides, and of course Tom Bombadil. It's the scary old place where the trees move, and hobbits can quite get, as my title says, easily lost. Alrighty. Good number of bears and boars are the biggest concerns along this road, but they tend to stay far enough away that you don't have to worry about them too much. Now, by the time I made this trip for the first time on the past on my old characters, I was actually 20th level. I'd been in the Shire for that long. I had increased myself up to 20th level. I was mining these ore and the ore loads along the road because I was into barrow iron deposits at that time. And at that time, these quests to go and talk to the mayor and go and talk to the guy at the horse farm didn't exist. They have been moved a little bit further up. Part of their encouraging people to get out and to get into, I guess to get them moving earlier in their career, rather than having to be stuck in one spot. You know, at that time you jumped into the Shire or Bree or over there in the Arid Luine if you were a dwarf or an elf, and you were there for your first 20 levels or so before you started moving around too terribly much. But they don't do that. The big danger that you run into out here in this stretch of Bree, of the Breelands, as you see up here, you see some fires, some fortifications, and we got a number of brigands. As you see, Southern Warrior. There are entire brigand camps up there, which are the warriors from the south that have journeyed up this way, up through, I think the town is Tharbad, the old abandoned town along the way. Remember whenever they're talking in Bree, they talk about the refugees from the south and the Southlanders who've come up and are causing trouble in the Breelands. And these areas are quite full of those. Okay. We're coming up on a little settlement that's not mentioned in the books or the movies. But as you see, they have started building an inn off here to the right. Got a number of workers who are building a structure over here. We've got a little camp with traders and that sort of stuff. There is a stable master here. And right over here is the guy who's responsible for this, Adso Haybank. He is a Bree hobbit that has decided to travel out here and put a kind of a waypoint out here on the east-west road, about halfway between Bree and the Shire. So one of those situations where this isn't actually anything mentioned in the book, but is a little neat little touch that's been added by Turbine to the lore.
What can I do for you?
Okay, we've gotten this stable master on this character now. We forgot to pick up the one in stock while we were there. So we'll have to get that on our way back. See, the sky is continuing to lighten. Passing some more ruins, and very shortly we shall see Bree coming into our vision. I'm so used to Minecraft. I play a good deal of it, as you know, from my other Let's Plays on this channel, that I'm not used to nighttime lasting this long. My main character, he's my guardian. Has been spending so much time in Moria that I'm honestly not used to a day-night cycle at all anymore in this game. So, since it's always dark there, and I had kind of gotten out of the. It's like sitting here going, it was already the late marches. How come the late watches? Sorry. It's like, how come it hasn't become daylight yet? And I keep forgetting that nights last about an hour, hour and a half, and then the day lasts about that long as well. So I'm used to the 7-minute night times that come and go in Minecraft. That seem like they're so long whenever you're playing it, but not anymore. Alright. We've come to the Greenway crossing. The Greenway is the great north-south road here. Crosses the east-west road right outside of Bree. If you continue following it north far enough, it will lead you all the way up to the Dead Man's Dyke and Fornost and Anuminus, the old ruined capitals of the lost kingdom here of Arnor. The old, where the Dunedain used to live, after the fall of Numenor, here in the kingdom of Arnor. If you follow it south, theoretically it's not available in the game yet, but following this south, you would eventually pass through Tharbad and Region, and eventually it would lead you all the way down toward the fords of Isen and Isengard. So maybe this path will open up. Right now it just travels down to a brigand outpost and you can't go any further. But hopefully it'll open up maybe with Isengard and Dunland and all. Alright. Now entering Bree. Here is the great town of Bree. And for the longest time, up until Moria opened, this was the center hub here in the game. Everybody spent most of their time in Bree whenever they were hanging around looking for groups and deciding where to go. This place was quite busy. It still sees a good deal of traffic. As you see, we've got a couple people camped out over here at the stable master, which I'm going to grab right quick. And we'll grab him.
Greetings.
There. So you see, we've got Silvered Adso's camp. We can go to all of the starting positions. And of course, Hobbiton as well. So this is the last, well, I haven't gotten these two, but this is one of the 4 starting stables. You have Thorin's Gate, Michael Delving, Celandem, and Bree are the 4 starting stables that you get as a beginner in the game. We'll close this off. Before we go talk, and as I said, this is turning more, I know, into a travelogue than anything else. Before we go up there and talk to the people at the horse farm, we're going to travel right over here right quick and take a quick look at the Prancing Pony. Because you can't make any trip to Bree without visiting the Prancing Pony. We're not going to go in right yet. We've got a quest coming up probably pretty shortly that will actually send us this way. Once we can get past the little fellowship quest we have at the quarry. There we go. There's the Prancing Pony Inn. And there's Barliman Butterbur. And the welcoming fires of the best inn in Bree. And the last truly hospitable place after you leave the last hospitable place that between here and Rivendell, other than the Lonely Inn out in the Lonelands, but it's more just a place of refuge rather than a place of hospitality. Now, as you see, we're passing a lot of people. Like I said, Bree is still a pretty busy little area. It's not as busy as it used to be. That has been kind of taken over by the 21st Hall over in Moria. It's kind of taken the place of the central hub that everyone gathers into and meets up at. But it still gets quite a bit of traffic through this area. Alright, we're going to head up here to the north gate of Bree. And head out the north passage. As you see, the sun is rising. It's about to be dawn. We're not quite there yet. Alright, here's the north gate. Have to be a little careful coming out this one because the Bree fields here tend to be full of wolves and bears. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And you can tell by the crickets in the background, it is not quite dawn yet. The sky is pinkening up and getting brighter. Alright, and as you see, things out this way tend to be kind of an orange color or red, so you do have to be a little bit careful. But once again, sticking to the road, we're going to travel up the Greenway here. As you see, if you go back that way, then right down there is where it crosses the East Road, where we saw the crossing. And we're going to travel up this way. And head for Hengstacer Farm. Once again, just enjoying the sights as we go. Up here on the left, we are about to pass another little quest hub that you can come across. This is, I think, Thornley's Farm, where once again, someone, yeah, see, there's a deep red splinter tusk boar off to our right that we just do not want to attract the attention of. This is the Thornley's Farm worksite, where Miss Thornley is once again where they're building a little outcropping of Bree settlement, probably putting in a store and an inn and trying their own hand at making a go out here in the wilderness, trying to tame Bree a bit. Tame the Breelands. But we are going to continue on up the road here. I'm going to cut to the map right quick, show you where we are. Here's where we left Buckland. We traveled on up the road past the old forest. We were running into a bunch up here in the Brandy Hills. You could see the fires of the brigands and all. Right here's Adso's camp that we passed. We came down here. Here's Bree. And we're now about halfway up the Greenway, headed to the North Bree Fields, and up here where Hengstacer Farm is. Now we will continue, and daylight has just dawned. As you see, our little light just went out around us. I was using the Alt F10 lamp. And you see the light disappeared from around my feet, so it is officially dawn now. Okay, we have another ruin off to our right. This part of the world is littered with these Arnorian ruins. Excuse me. They are the remnants of the fortifications and towns and all of when this used to be the Kingdom of Arnor, which was the seat of the North Kingdom, just like Gondor is the seat of the Southern Kingdom. This is where the king in the north had had his kingdom, the Kingdom of Arnor. And was abandoned after the Witch King overthrew it. Actually, after it split into three kingdoms, what was it? Arthidane, Rudar, and what was the third one? I want to say something like Carnor or something like that is what I'm wanting to say, but that's not correct. Alright, we've got an adult bear over there that is red, so we're not going to take immediately the road. This is the road that leads you to the farms. With a bear sitting on one of them, we don't want to attract his attention. Red bears would kind of kick our butt a little bit. And there's a wolf. A dusk wolf that we want to avoid as well. Like I said, sticking to the roads is a very good idea. Especially when you're new to an area and of a good deal lower level than the area is when everything's red. But you don't want to stick too close to it. Always keep your eyes open, stay wary, and look for things that can hurt you. We're headed into the horse fields here. This is Hengstacer Farm coming up on our left. And we are going to talk to Eogar, who I believe is the stable hand. He might be the gentleman that runs it. It's been a while since I had to deal with any horses. Hengstacer Farm. Alrighty. And let's see who Eogar is. First, let's grab the stable, as always.
What can I do for you?
There we go. And this one just takes us to West Bree. There's Emma, there's Gil. Eogar, there we go. Eogar, son of Hadogar. He's the horse master. Alright, we are at the quest Hengstacer Farm.
Greetings.
My letter found you then. Excellent news, and even more excellent that you are here. I am Eogar, master of horses here at Hengstacer Farm, and I will tell you there are no finer horses in all of Breeland. I supply my horses to all stables far and wide. There are none better save for those of my homeland, Rohan. You have already used one of my horses, so you're aware of how good they are, but now I wonder, are you willing to own such a fine specimen? I wonder. Okay. Alright, so this little thing has sent us, it wants us to go to the LOTRO store and purchase the riding skill. Alright, which we can do at level 20 through a quest. I think we are gonna do that. We'll just wait to level 20. Having a horse right now is not that big a deal. Like I said, it makes my travel around a little bit quicker, but since if we're not absolutely new to an area, I'm going to be editing it out. Editing it out for you, it's not going to make y'all's experience any quicker. So I will just wait another 20 levels. At the speed that we're leveling, that'll probably be another episode or two. A little bit of an exaggeration, but not much. So it says at level 20 we can come back here and do it through an in-game quest. Free accounts have to buy the riding skill. So we're going to go ahead and finish this now. There. Alright, so we have Hengstacer Farms off of our quest list. Little disappointed in it. I thought perhaps it was a quest that was going to give us the like a little riding skill early or something like that. Maybe it was something they started for the newbies, but no. It's just an introduction to get you to try to go to the store. As you see, the sun's coming up. Should be right over there. It is. Boom. Getting a little lens flare, which I absolutely hate in these games because my eyeballs are not a camera, so therefore there should be no lens flare whatsoever. Alrighty folks, we're going to leave it there. We've made it to Hengstacer Farms. I know it hasn't been an action-packed episode here, but hopefully you got to see a little bit of the countryside. We got to visit a couple of interesting places, Stock and the Stock Bridge, the Stock Tower, the Brandywine Bridge. You got to see the entrance to Buckland. We took a look at the Prancing Pony right quick, and we've seen what the Hengstacer Farms was all about. So we are going to end there. Whenever we finish up next time, we will go talk to the mayor and get the Shire to Breeland quest done. And then after that, we will be heading back over to the Shire, and I'm going to try and see if I can't solo the quarry quest. Using my crowd control and my stealth abilities, I'm hoping that I will be able to get down there and sneak into the area of the quarry, and then hopefully see if I can't solo my way through it back to where the skull is. So we shall see how that goes next time. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the little travelogue here, and we will see you next time.